Do I have permission to speak to superconscious?
Yes.
I know the superconscious could have brought forth many different things for you to see today. You chose to bring forward a time when she was in the jungle with the pyramid. Why did you pick that to show her today?
Sometimes you just have to protect what's around you. You can't interfere with what's already been done. You can only protect what hasn't been corrupted already.
Is there anything else you want to let her know about that lifetime?
It seems like it's selfish, but one needs to be smart about how they expend their energy and what the outcome will be. Everyone is placed where they need to be to do what they need to do. And keeping safe in a bubble as the chaos rages is acceptable and valid, and not everyone's fight needs to be everybody else's fight. Trust that you and yours will be protected, and know that this too will pass, and the bubble will be able to be lifted, and things will be different when she emerges from the bubble, but they won't be as disharmonious and uncomfortable.
May we ask who is speaking now?
The one.
How can you move away from 3D people, circumstances, activities, and issues?
She can stay in her bubble. She doesn't have to venture out. She doesn't need to. She always argues with herself, thinking that she needs to put herself out there so that people can see a different way and feel a different vibration and understand that things don't have to be so hard. But sometimes all she's doing is making it hard for herself because she doesn't feel comfortable in the general public. So it is okay for her to create her bubbles, and we will be sure that only people who can add to the vibration of the bubble and not take away from it will be allowed into the bubble.
How can she help more people if she stays in the bubble?
They'll find her in the bubble. We will allow people in, but only people who really would like and can benefit from her help. She won't have to waste her energies on those who aren't interested in what she has to offer or can't benefit from what she has to offer. They will find her. She will still be visible for those with eyes to see. And they will come to her. And she doesn't have to put herself in places, situations, energies that she does not enjoy.
Are there any blocks or obstacles in or around?
She's fine. She's blocking herself. She's holding herself back because she says that she's done helping people who don't want to be helped, but she's not really. She's not convinced that they haven't been hijacked against their will, as much as we tell her that everybody has free will, and on some level they've allowed themselves to be hijacked. She's still hoping and praying for the mass awakening. That's not going to come in the way that she thinks it's going to come.
Tell us how it is going to come.
It's going to be more gradual. There's not going to be shock and awe campaign that people are going to be force-fed the truth. It's going to keep trickling out, and some people will get it and some people will not get it. But it won't be a mass aha moment. It'll be person by person by person. So much more slowly than she would prefer. But she needs to let them go. She needs to let them have their own moments. She's getting better at that. She's not force-feeding anybody anything. But it will not happen in the way that she wants it to happen. She wants it to be like party, everybody knows that everything was a lie, and then they come around to knowing it wasn't a lie, and then they get mad, and then they're like in nirvana. But that's not the way that it's going to happen. It's going to happen slowly and slowly and slowly, and then the world will be a different place.
We totally understand. It seems so simple. Truth is truth, and lies are lies. There's no in between. And when someone is shown the truth, you would expect them to identify the lies.
Yes, but they also lie to themselves.
That's the part that we feel as though they're being tricked.
Right. And it started that way, but we're giving everybody every opportunity to not do it anymore. And they still choose to do it. They still choose to call black white and white black because somebody tells them to. Not because they're using their own vision and intuition, and they are willfully in denial at this point, like digging in their heels because they are invested in their lies and the lies told to them. So they'd rather hold on to the lies, believing that they're truths and defending them, than be willing to admit that they fell for the lies. So they're like doubling down.
Yeah.
And it's very frustrating.
We actually had a friend say that they would rather stay in their little bubble, working, going home, eating supper, having a beer, going to bed, watching TV, whatever, in that same routine. Like, don't burst my bubble, they said.
Yeah, even if they're not happy. Even they're not, they're cogs in the machine, and that's what they believe that that's their end goal. So some people will wake up and some people won't wake up, but it will be the people who choose to be awake and alive and vibrant will find each other and create communities. But it will still be some time. Years. It will be years.
Is there anything we can do to hurry it up? It's so exhausting.
Pray. Create your good bubbles. So, that person was in their bad bubble. Create your good bubbles. Create the bubbles of people that you like. Create the bubbles of your property with your gardens. Create the bubbles of joy with like-minded people. And give yourself permission to not be around those who you don't enjoy anymore, who bring you down, who believe the official narrative and defend it. It's okay to not give them any attention or energy. You're not abandoning them, you're just saving yourself and reserving your energy to do the things that you want to do.
Thank you, we appreciate that.
It's very hard for humans right now who've come to be a part of the change, because the ones that came expected that it would be quicker, like in light time, that people would wake up and see. But humanity has been so enslaved for so long that they don't know. They have they identify as weaker and want to be controlled because that's what they have been taught and buy into. So that takes many lifetimes to unwind. So those who have only been human and haven't had other experiences will need much time for that vibration to change.
Let's talk about the apothecary, the big building. Why has it taken so long to complete the work?
Because the energies need to shift before that opens, for it not to be a drain on energy. If things aren't lighter and more in order, it will exhaust her more instead of free her. It will be soon. The time is coming, and it will be just right when it does. Don't worry too much about it, but pay more attention to it. She's kind of like put it off to the side because it's been so overwhelming. But she should just go in there when she has a moment and just envision it and add her energy, and it will be amazing when it's done. But the energies need to lighten up a little bit so she can create what she wants to create without restrictions.
Can you help her with that?
We can help her be more patient. That's not her strong suit, but we will get the worry out and the patience and the trust that all will be well with that space. It'll be amazing. People will come from all over to experience it and be there, and there will be many opportunities to heal in that space.
Can you tell us about the med beds? Are they coming, and we'll be able to get one soon?
So there are things that are similar, technology that's similar on this planet, but the true ones that people are imagining are still in the higher dimensions. But because they're in the higher dimensions, that makes them energetic, and they can transfer energy into anybody who asks. So the intention is to use this technology to heal, and the technology is not only physical, it's vibrational, so anybody can call upon it to use the vibrational part. There's photons attached to the real technology that are more physical, that will be here in a few years. So it's almost like there's prototypes here, but they haven't gotten the full thing. Is not the whole enchilada.
So
the whole enchilada is not here yet.
That Tesla coil they're calling the med bed, is that close?
It's, I mean, it's like third grade technology compared to, but it's way better than what we've been given on this planet so far. Everything that's been hidden from us. But it's, teaching people that they can put themselves in their own healing pod energies psychically will be very important. If people ask, like she does when she goes to sleep, she teaches people how to do that, and they can really picture it and use it. It can help immensely.
Can work with her father, but her father needs the med beds. So can you help her do that to get her father the help he needs?
Yeah, he doesn't need the med beds. He needs to let go. His body is done. His mind is holding on. He's afraid to leave. He's anchored himself in. He's scared. So we'll work with him to be less scared.
Thank you, we appreciate that.
Yeah, he's afraid. But the med beds they're not the technology for him. He needs to forgive himself and know that nobody else can. Doesn't matter if other people forgive him. He needs to forgive himself and know that he will not be held accountable in the way that he thinks he'll be held accountable when he passes. He's afraid to leave.
We appreciate your help with that. On July 30th, she's closing on the new home. She wants to leave all the old stuff behind. How can she heal it and be done with all the old stuff for good, karma-free, and be in the new energies?
It will be a smooth transition. And again, it will be less dramatic than she would like it to be as far as before and after. But it will be, it is possible, and her intention is strong for that to be. So if she just keeps making that intention of moving forward, vibrating higher, reimagining how she can help humanity, enjoying the earth, being in a place that's calmer, quieter, they'll all contribute to her being able to stay in the higher dimensions, and she can more easily choose if she wants to step out of that. It will be more of a sanctuary and protective of her energies than where she is now.
Will there be public justice and arrests served with the whole COVID scandal soon?
There will be, truth will continue to come out, and more people will see through the lies. There will be arrests, but more minor arrests. Again, it won't be as dramatic as she is hoping for. It's everything that's happening is more of a process and a gradual process, to not shock people. So there will be people held accountable, and they definitely will be held accountable in the future, here and off planet. But it's a process. It's not going to happen tomorrow. When it does happen, then you will know that enough people have woken up to be able to handle it. So it's dependent on the quotient of people who will wake up, because if they start arresting people on TV all around the world without people being aware enough, it will be too disruptive of a ripple and cause more chaos instead of less chaos.
What about the deaths from the vaccines? We're hearing there are more deaths from vaccines, and they're not telling people. Is this true?
Yes. Yes, the vaccine is killing people. And it's making very sick people and weakening people. There will be ramifications from those who have gotten the vaccine.
Why can't something be done about this? This is crazy.
Yes. It's people willing to give over their power. People willing to line up without asking questions. People allowing themselves to be manipulated. There's ways around not getting it if you do not want it, but people aren't willing to fill out the paperwork or forego a cruise with their family for a year or two, or it being voluntary. Even if people are saying it's mandatory, it is not in most places. It's still voluntary. This is a volunteer initiative to see who is willing to sacrifice themselves and who is not. And the lies people believe and tell themselves, that they have no choice or they have to get it, is just a lie. It's another lie. And the fact that they are willing to transmute their bodies for the lie is part of what they have to learn not to do in the future. People have forgotten that they are sovereign beings. They're just following along, lining themselves up to be transmuted.
There are so many credible doctors talking against the vaccine, and yet people are now believing they're crackpots.
Right. Right. All of these people who used to be on pedestals and were the top of their field now have been what's the word? I can't. I need another word.
They've been discredited.
Yeah, but there's a word that they're trying to tell me, and I can't get it. It's not in my vocabulary or things. But they've been pushed aside to the fringes to look like they're not the ones telling the truth, and people are believing the liars.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's the ability of the human to see the truth or not see the truth, and believe what they're told by liars or believe the truth. And how do they know the difference? And who do they choose to believe? And why do they choose not to believe the tens of thousands of doctors who've had